And now we can move on to best ones. Let's run through these quickly.
These ones don't necessarily need quite as much.
What's your favorite good story? Not that those were bad, but
yeah, some of they were just interesting, right?
Yep.
I think Tampa Bay bringing back all 22 starters is a fun one because I'll just briefly say this: they did such a good job with the salary cap, not paying signing bonuses and not mortgaging their future when they weren't good. That when the time comes, like they're doing exactly what we're saying, which is like try to maximize the window right now. Good for them.
One of my favorite stories was the Super Bowl anthem prop. Super Bowl anthem, national anthem, opened at under 2 minutes. No one realized that it was two people singing the national anthem. As advocated on this here podcast, you should have gone over. And the final time, I believe, was 2 minutes and 17 seconds in what was maybe the best part of the whole Super Bowl.
Yeah. At least for me.
Well, the Super Bowl, unfortunately, just wasn't that exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that
we've been so conditioned to see close Super Bowls that one that was sort of like, when did you think the game? I thought like maybe midway through the third quarter, I'm just like, this fucking game's over. You kept thinking there was a chance because it was Mahomes, but it was never that exciting. You were just hoping because it was like Steph Curry out there. Your next one. Okay. I'm actually going to be like outing myself here. The Rams moved on from Jared Goff and went in on Matthew Stafford. I feel like this again is another example. Look, it's a good thing that they moved on from Goff. Mm-hmm. I think this is going to be another data point in you're paying a lot for what you think is a sure thing at the QB position, and let's see how it goes. Because I'm skeptical, but I think it's an interesting one.
I mean, I think the whole Wentz and Goff thing, teams moving on from them, it shone a light on not paying guys too early. And still, the value of a rookie quarterback, because both those teams went to Super Bowls, and it's okay to move on from a guy. You can judge those things in different ways. Moving on from the guy separately from how do you replace them. Here's an interesting one. So I think this is fascinating. Remember how the Panthers supposedly were going to give up pick 8 for Goff?
Yeah.
Okay, so say they got pick 8 and the Los Angeles Rams had Justin Fields right now.
Yeah. I mean, the Rams would be in a much better place than they are
because
currently.
they'd have more money.
Yep.
They'd actually have another future at quarterback, like long-term. Stafford's not going to be a long-term future there. They won't be as cap saddled, and they probably maybe didn't have to give up the first-round picks. I don't know what the intricacies of that deal were, but if that deal were on the table and you look back on it now, I mean, that's what we're talking about. That's the difference between rebuilding and taking these big shots in 1 year where anything can happen. My second thing that I loved about this offseason is the Dolphins' way they're building around Tua. So Tua last year, during the time he starts, it was week 8 on, threw the 18th most throws to guys in the middle of the field that were open. He was dead last in PFF grade on those throws. Dead fucking
last. And those are his passes.
Those are his throws. That's where he dominated at Alabama. He was dead last. So what did they do? They went out and got Will Fuller. Will Fuller was a part of the team that averaged the second most yards per attempt on those types of throws, obviously with Deshaun Watson. But a speedy guy who's going to be able to stretch the field, get open over the middle of the field. And then Jalen Waddle. Now, if you look at Jalen Waddle, go to the PFF NFL draft guide, you can see where he got open where he ran routes, middle of the field. I mean, it's just a giant red dot. You're looking at me quizzically.
I'm stunned at that statistic actually. That Tua was terrible where he was good at Alabama.
Yeah, it was atrocious. It shocked me too. I was looking at the data point just to see how frequently he threw there and saw that it was 18th, and then I noticed that his grade was garbage. And I was like, oh shit. Throwing to open players over the middle of the field is a place where people should be good.
Yeah.
And he was not. So I love that. What's your last one?
The Jets appear to be moving in the right direction.
Oh, buddy.
I I am a Jets bobo this offseason.
It's sad. It's hard to watch, honestly.
I was big into the Jets getting Watson before we found out he might be a sex offender. And then I'm a fan of the fact they got Wilson. I think Wilson, if you fail the tank, I think Wilson's a good consolation prize. I think he's going to be a great quarterback in the NFL. I'm a huge fan of Robert Salah. And I think for the first time, they finally got some edge pressure in Carl Lawson. So I think the team is moving in the right direction. Unfortunately for them, the division looks like it's going to be hard. But what you just said about the Dolphins and New England, we've been hard on New England, and people have given us emails about it. There's a chance that the Jets could at least compete with Buffalo relatively soon. And I'd love for that to happen because I think the Jets being good is a good thing for the league.
I hope that Zach Wilson fulfills your wildest dreams.
My wildest dreams.
I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous for you. Okay, I'm just going to say that.
As you should be, I think.
A little nervous.
Given that he's a rookie quarterback. But
he's a little smaller.
Again,
I've been doing some scouting.
Yeah,
you know how I scout, and I'm just a little concerned.
You have.
I'm a little concerned.
He has skinny. Well, did you hug him?
No, it has nothing to do with the thickness of his shoulders.
Okay, good.
No, nothing to do with that.
How absurd is that?
It's absurd. Okay, my last one, I'm lying. I'm bending the rules a little bit because this is going back to the season. But this is one of my favorite stories. Josh Allen was awful. He was awful for 2 years, and he was awesome last year.
Yep.
And the reason this is a great story, I'm actually going to go back to the Deshaun Watson thing. Deshaun Watson was the young guy that was after Mahomes, that you were taking after Mahomes. There were people out there arguing that they would take him over Mahomes. Now, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there were people. Josh Allen needs to be awesome. He needs to be awesome for the NFL because it's Mahomes, and then the next two guys are Brady and Rodgers, and they're getting older.
Yeah.
Josh Allen needs to be great, and if he's great, it's going to be a really fun year.
Because otherwise, you're depending upon like Baker Mayfield.
You need Baker, you need Lawrence,
Dak.
You need Kyler, Dak, like a lot of guys who have not yet touched that level. Josh Allen got there, and I have some stats that really make me happy. 2018 to 2019, his first 2 years in the league, lowest graded quarterback from a clean pocket. In 2020, he was third in PFF passing grade from a clean pocket. In his first 2 years, he had the third highest rate of uncatchable throws on passes that traveled 10 or more yards downfield. In 2020, he had the seventh lowest uncatchable rate. So he went from third worst to seventh best on those throws. And that may not be astounding, but that's a huge, huge change for a guy that was wildly erratic. And he makes so many plays with his legs. He extends plays. He's so fun to watch. I really hope that there's a few concerning things. He still had the second most turnover-worthy plays last year. Mahomes had a bunch too, so it's not that concerning. But God, I hope this continues.
Mm-hmm. It would be great for the league. And Buffalo is a great fan base, and they deserve, know.
It'd be so sweet. I'll say this. I love the way that the Bills brought in Emmanuel Sanders this year. Mm-hmm. And Cole Beasley coming back.
Literally, John Brown wasn't even that big of a weakness last year, and they said, look, we need elite players at that position, and they went for it. So good for them, and they did a good job, I think, on defense of shoring up some things that they were bad at last year, which was one of them was like rushing the passer, stopping the run, all that kind of stuff. I like that. I like that answer quite a bit.
Thank you. I was really proud of it, and I was excited to share it.